There's been heavy rains across the country that has filled dams. Western Cape dams are almost at a full capacity, but this is no indication of a water-secure future. Thousands around the country are still struggling with inadequate or even poor quality supply. So let's discuss all of this with Water and Sanitation Spokesperson Wisane Mavasa joins me, of course, this morning to take this conversation forward. Thank you so much, Wisane, for your time and good morning to you. Let's talk about water storage capacity. How is the country currently looking?
Thank you, Tumelo, and thank you for having me, and good morning to the viewers of Newsroom Africa this morning. Indeed, our water capacity across the country looks very well. We are in a good space. We are above 95% at the moment. So there is really no call for alarm or any whatsoever with regard to the current storage capacity in terms of water security. We've had good rains in the Western Cape, we've indicated, much better than the other years if we were to compare. And also, as a country, we are sitting very well if we were to compare to last year at this time around, because last year we were sitting at around 93% by this time of the year. Right now, we're still over 95%. So that truly indicates that we are really managing our water resources as well as our water in terms of the storage where we are having, and the good rains that we've had have been coming quite often than anticipated and better than the other years.
Take me through the extent with which vandalism plays a role, Wisane, when it comes to, some of the inadequate water supply that we see in the country. You had released a statement, even also channeling that caution to parts such as KwaZulu-Natal, appealing to South Africans not to vandalize water infrastructure, pipes, etc. To what extent does that damage actually cost us dearly as a country?
Indeed, Tumelo, vandalism has been one of our main eyesore when it comes to infrastructure and disruption of water supply across the country in various municipalities. As you're aware, that the department is responsible for the bulk water infrastructure. However, the water service authorities, the municipalities, as well as the water boards, are responsible for these water treatment plants that we are having in various parts of our country, as well as the pump stations. And we are experiencing quite a lot of vandalism that are currently taking place, where members of the community are damaging some of this. We know that there's still some of these pipes, valves and all that, and some of them take them for what do you call this, to go and trade them to make some money out of it. And these are some of acts of criminality that are setting government back, because when that does happen, it disrupts water supply. But not only that, it means that government needs to spend more money in replacing all those damages that would have happened. And the money that was meant to continue providing water services would rather be spent in replacing such kind of infrastructure that would have been damaged. And members of the community do know some of these people that are doing this, and we are calling on to them to say that work with us, work with municipalities, work with your local authorities, and report such kind of activities so as to get hold of those people that are responsible for such and be dealt with legally so.
You recently also, Wisane, as a department, released your report just showing the different provinces and how they're performing in terms of water supply. We've seen stability in some provinces and a bit of a dip in others. Perhaps compare for me the provinces that are concerning to you as a department and provinces that are showing stability.
As I've indicated, nationally, we are looking very well. And in terms of our water systems across the country, in the Western Cape, I did indicate that we are sitting at over 90%, which is a rare occasion that would have happened in more than, if I would put it, more than almost 10 years, which is the last time would have been about 2014 to be sitting where we are right now. So we've been receiving good winter rains this year, albeit the damage that it would have caused in that particular province. In other provinces as well, when you look at KZN is also sitting very well. It's sitting at 93% average, and the dams, majority of them, they are over 95%, some sitting at over 100%. So there is also no worries when it comes to water security or storage capacity. There is one or two that are very low, and that the reason would be that there's currently work happening at the Helsinki Dam, which is sitting currently at 58%, and that is to raise the wall so as to enlarge the structure to ensure that it stores more water. It has more water capacity to ensure that that particular area where it's situated, the system is able to function optimally at bulk level. In other provinces such as Limpopo as well, the Polokwane water system is also sitting very well, above 95%. Mpumalanga as well. So there is no necessarily worries at this time of the year which we should be concerned, because it's in the middle of winter and we are moving towards spring. And we know that we normally receive, most provinces receive summer rains rather. So this water that we have, it's meant to last us until such time that we receive those summer rains. So this storage capacity that we have, it means that we are in good position in terms of water capacity. However, it means that we must also take care of it until such time that we receive in the next rain season, we receive more rain so as to remain comfortable.
Just my last question to you, Wisane, because we've also, seen the cholera outbreak out in Hammanskraal. We're seeing, of course, the Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg as well ruling the unabated flow of raw sewage into the Vaal River, contravening various environmental acts, and also saying that it must be prevented. What's the department doing about these areas and these parts of the country that are showing, fatalities, or at least contamination of water that result in fatalities, so to avoid people falling sick after consuming, contaminated water, or even people dying, as we've seen in Hammanskraal?
Over and above the fact that the department is responsibilities to provide raw bulk water, we also have a responsibility as a regulator to ensure that there is implementation and of standards that are required by water service authorities, as well as compliance and enforcement. So what we have done as department, we've taken several municipalities to court to ensure that they comply in managing their wastewater, to ensure that there is no contamination of our water systems or our dams and those rivers that are flowing, and they are used to as raw bulk water to supply to various systems. So there are municipalities, we can speak of Ligwa, that we have just won a court case that they need to stop contaminating or allowing raw sewer to flow into the Vaal upstream. And also in Hammanskraal, as you've indicated, there are interventions currently underway that we've already communicated, that the department is partnered with the city of Tshwane, as it is come on board now to agree, rather than continue with the current legal matter that we are having. We're also going to be working together to ensure that what has happened in Hammanskraal does not repeat, by ensuring that the systems or the wastewater systems that are currently dysfunctional or not fully functional are fixed and are properly repaired, so as to ensure that that whole contamination stops. In the Northern Cape, we also have similar measures that are currently taking place, where we have municipalities being taken to court to ensure that they stop these spillages that are currently happening. As we know that cholera starts from contaminated water or fecal contamination in raw water.
Oh, we'll leave it there, and I appreciate you speaking to us about this. The Department of Water and Sanitation Spokesperson Wisane Mavasa, thank you so much for your time this morning, as we continue, of course, with our focus around water infrastructure, but also its maintenance, and understanding exactly how you can also play a role as a South African to use water sparingly.